Good morning students, welcome back. So in the previous video we have learned about the assertive and declarative sentences. So the next type of sentence that we are going to revise today is interrogative sentence. What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks a question. That is an interrogative sentence. To interrogate. To interrogate means to ask question. Now take an example of a policeman. Now whenever a crime happens and an FIR is lodged, FIR is filed in the police station, you go to the police station and the police asks you some questions. Now what is the policeman doing at that time? He is asking you questions. That is known as interrogation. He is interrogating you. Want to know more about the case. Another example we can take is of an interview. Suppose a person is going for a job interview. Now when he goes enter the office, the person sitting in the chair, he asks him various types of questions. What is he doing? He is knowing something. He wants some answers from you. Answers to the question that he is asking. So what is the person sitting in that chair doing? He is interrogating. He is asking question. That is interrogative. Interrogation. So whenever a sentence is asking you a question, it is known as or considered as an interrogative sentence. Now how will you recognize an interrogative sentence? It will start with a capital letter and at the end it will have a question mark. When the question mark is not there, it's not a question. Okay? So always remember that. An interrogative sentence will always have a question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay? The definition is given here. Sentences that ask questions. Now we have got different types in interrogative sentences. What are those types? The first one, as you can see, is written yes, no interrogatives. Now what are yes, no interrogatives? Yes, no interrogatives are answers to those questions which has to be answered in only yes or no. Will you do this work? Question mark. Okay? Will you do this work? Question mark. What will be your answer? Your answer will be either yes or no. Another example for the first one only, yes, no interrogative. Will you play? Yes or no will be your answer. So that is the category of the first type of yes, no interrogative. Okay? That will the question that will have answer either yes or no. The second one is alternative interrogatives. Now alternative means that you have got choices. You will get choices in your question. Interrogative sentence is actually not a sentence. It is categorized as a sentence, but it generally asks you a question. So in alternative interrogatives, you will have choices in your question. Okay? You may have various answers. Okay? Example, would you like to have a chocolate or an ice cream? In my question, you have got two options. You can say anything else also, but you have got two options over here. You can either go for chocolate or you go for vanilla ice cream. So I have given you two options. Do you like playing badminton or cricket? Same way, I have given you two options. You have got two choices. You can choose either of them. Okay? So alternative interrogatives will have options in them. Okay? The third one is WH interrogatives. Now with this WH term, you must be familiar with this because WH words form different types of keywords for asking question. Example, what, when, which, where, whom. These all words are starting with the letter W and H. Okay? What is your name? Where do you come from? Whom were you talking to? Which place are you going? So these all are WH type of words. which are also used to ask questions. The last type is tag questions. Now, where do we use tag questions? We generally use tag questions in a declarative sentence where we have to ask question at the end. Example, I like to play football. Now with the same sentence, I have to add a question tag at the last. You have already studied question tags in the previous classes, but once again I am revising it. Question tags are always added at the end of a declarative sentence. Okay? The example I gave you was, I like to play football. Okay? I will write and show it to you. I have written two examples for tag question. The first example is, I like to play football. Now over here I am making a declarative sentence. I am declaring that I like to play football. Now I have to add a question tag to this sentence. What will be my question tag? I like to play football. Put a comma, don't I? Question mark. That is known as a question tag, and that is the proper place for a question tag. It will be always added at the last because question tags are also used to ask questions. Second one, she loves to sing. This is a statement, this is one sentence. Okay, but since I have to ask a question, I am not putting a full stop at this particular sentence. I am adding a comma and then I am adding my question tag, that is doesn't she, question mark. Okay, so earlier I mentioned you tag questions are always added to a declarative sentence or assertive sentence. Okay, so that was all for today. Interrogative sentence, read about interrogative sentence. What is interrogative sentence? What are the different types of interrogative sentence? The types that we saw today was yes, no interrogatives, alternative interrogatives, WH interrogatives, and the tag questions. Kindly revise and prepare for the test.